everybody, this is Michelle Fox and welcome back to Quick Tip Friday. In the comments below, I want you to tell me 5 things that are a staple in your quilt pantry. Now what I mean by that is 5 things that you keep well stocked in your quilt room. I'm going to tell you the 5 things that are super important to me that I never want to run out in my quilt room. Now, I've not listed these in order of importance. These are just 5 things that I don't want to be without. Now, I have not included fabric. I have tons of fabric and I don't have to worry about that. And I don't know, maybe it's a staple, I don't know. Maybe it's one of yours. If it is, put it in the comments below. I have plenty of that and I really wasn't thinking about fabric being a staple, but maybe it is the number 1. I don't know. But anyway, let's get started on the 5 things that are must-have staples in my quilt pantry. Now the number 1 is my favorite thread. I have to have extras of my favorite thread, and you can see I have several extras. Now in addition to my ones that are in use right there, I have all of these extras. Now my favorite colors are the white, I always keep a cream, and I always have an extra spool of black, and I do use Aerofill, but I have to have plenty of those. Those are my most commonly used colors, and those are one thing I don't want to be without. Now, the second thing that I don't ever want to run out of is rotary blade or rotary replacement blades, because when I need to change my rotary blade, I need to change it. And I have lots of extras of those. In fact, there's more in that little drawer there. But I do keep plenty of replacement rotary blades in my quilt room. And I really only use the 45 millimeter blades. I do have a smaller rotary cutter, but I seldom use it. But anyway, number 2 would be the rotary blades. Now, the third thing I never want to run out of is sewing machine needles or replacement sewing machine needles. Now this houses my sewing machine needles. I have several different sizes in here. I do typically use the Schmetz or the Bernina needles, but I have several different sizes, the most common sizes that I use in here, and I do have extras. I guess if I ran out or if one broke and I didn't have any extras, I could run to my local Walmart store, but you know, when you're sewing, you just don't want to have to get up and run to the store, right? Okay, so number 4, the 4th item that is a staple in my quilt pantry is distilled water. I have to have distilled water in my quilt room. Pressing is a big thing for me, and I use distilled water in my spray mister to help press my fabric. So I don't ever want to run out of distilled water, and I have a jug in my quilt room, and most of the time I have an extra jug on the shelf in our garage because I just simply don't want to run out of distilled water. Okay, so the distilled water would be number 4. Now this is kind of odd. This is kind of an odd one, and this may not be on your staple list, but I have to have Post-it notes. I just have to have them when I'm working on a quilt. I use these to jot down the sizes of the piece I'm working on. I use them to label the sizes. I jot down notes about where I'm at in a project. I have to have Post-it notes. So I always have lots of Post-it notes in my quilt room. Okay, so those are my 5. Don't forget to tell me your 5 must-have staples for your quilt pantry in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Please share with a friend, and as always, leave a comment. I love to get the comments and try to reply to each and every one. So until next time, have fun quilting.